Hello YouTube, this is Erical Quad from Agon Game 69. I'm here to tell you that a travesty has occurred in the gaming industry. And this message is towards an industry known as 343 Industries. And I do declare I am not happy with it. Not one bit. The whole Halo franchise is going out the window. This Halo anniversary is a mockery and disgrace to the name of Halo, if you ask me. It's bad enough that we had to deal with what we're dealing with in Halo Anniversary and Halo Reach. Now, we have to deal with it in Halo Anniversary. Because the stupid idiots don't know how to do some of the simplest things. Like, for one, making a game that they did not originally make. Basically making changes that were not how the original game was. Like the fact that now instead of a battle rifle, we have DMRs and needle rifles and other things and armor abilities like armor locking and jetpacks. I do not recall a jetpack, the ability to use a jetpack in Halo 1. If I did, maybe I'm wrong. But if I recall, this is a Halo Anniversary and not Halo Reach. You know, Halo Combat Evolved Halo Reach version. You know, with Halo Reach, basically. Yeah, no, okay. It's just they didn't make the game, okay? So ergo, I feel like they should not be allowed to make these kind of changes. What they should have done is just made the graphics better. I was even okay with the fact that they used the graphics they used for Halo Reach. I'm alright with that, cause that's like the best that they have right now. You know, and they're just trying to, you know, it's a lot better than what Halo Combat Evolved's graphics are. So I was okay with that, you know, and for a time I was okay with it. I was kind of actually like, oh, this will be cool because, you know, it's gonna be, we're gonna basically get to play Halo 1 on the 360 now, you know, like a newer version of it. It's kind of cool because I think sometimes it's cool when they make remakes, kind of like making a movie on Blu-ray, those kind of things. But then they feel like they are seeing how they bought the company, that basically they can do whatever the heck they want. They can, but that's really gonna, I don't know, maybe I'm the only one, but if there's others like me, which I do have, I feel like there are, who wish to maintain the nostalgic value of the Halo Enterprise industry and not botch it up by putting things that weren't in it. That's basically like, I feel like it adds conflicting things in the game. There was not a DMR, there was not the needle rifle, it was the carbine and the BR. If it was such the DMR in Halo 1, I would be fine with that. You know, I'd be okay because that's how it was. Why they didn't just make a BR, like augment the DMR back into the BR, because the DMR was an augmented version of the BR. DMR, yeah. That's all it was. Because I guess they figured the triple burst, you know, the burst fire was too much, like it had too much power. But they're like doing other things. You know, that's like why, you know, that's what it was in the first game. Make it how it is. You know, make there be, you know, the carbine. That's what was the needle rifle, is basically the carbine. That's the equivalency, because you know, it's not, the carbine was not in Halo Reach. And I know Halo Reach happened before Halo 1, but that's the point. These things were kind of meant to be taken out of it, you know, like not in it. I swear, if the SMG is not in there, I'm gonna flip. But you know, I'm kind of now expecting. They're probably not gonna be dual wielding. There's probably not gonna be the SMG. There's probably gonna be other stupid things. You know, I'm okay with the whole health pack thing and all that jazz. I mean, I didn't play Halo 1. I played Halo 2, but I've seen enough and I've read up enough to know, the type of things. I know they didn't have the DMR because that was a new thing. They said it themselves, so I don't have to have played. So if you say, oh, his opinion isn't valid because he has to play, well, so I don't have to play. I can watch videos of it. So I know that the things that they're doing are not cool. You don't pick the jetpack. I didn't mind it, but I think it would have been cool to kind of go back to that bare bones type of gameplay and multiplayer where you didn't have jetpack and armor lock and all that other stuff, but you had, or more so, you had to go and find the armor abilities throughout the map, kind of thing. That was pretty cool. I didn't mind that. Well, more so, it kind of made it'll feel more like Halo. Now it's not going to be like that at all. It's like, guys, it's not difficult. It's not, okay? It's not too difficult to do. Basically, revamp the original game to the graphics of that. Yeah, and basically just make it how it used to be now, and then make it into next gen. But no, they have the hard time wrapping their head around just not screwing things up like that. I know. Sorry for my language, but they have a tendency to just it's like, why? This is what also, and in addition, this is just it feels to me like a foreshadow of things to come for Halo, the new Halo, trilogy, Halo 4 through 6. I feel like if they mess this up, something that's simple that could have not really shown their true ability, but shown that they know how to, bring out the Halo. They know how to work with Halo. They know how to, work the Halo game. But no, now they're screwing up the Halo game. So if they're gonna mess up something that's already done for them, it's like already everything was done. The Halo game had already been made. All these things, all they had to do was basically revamp the graphics and change things and all that. I mean, that's not that difficult on the grand scheme of in video game, on terms of video games in comparison to making all entirely, if they had to make this a whole game on their own and all this other stuff. They don't really have to change body movements really. They just make the graphics better. I mean, that's what they do for Blu-ray and stuff like that. It's not it's not. I don't feel like it should be the most difficult thing. I feel like they owe it to the audience to maintain that sense of nostalgia. I mean, at first when they had it, you could change when you're playing the story mode, and you could change back and forth from the original to the next gen version. That's kind of cool. I don't mind that. It's kind of a little novelty. I mean, I don't know. I was hoping that this game was going to be different from Halo Reach, but this basically just feels like what ODST was. Another add-on, basically, of Halo 3. Halo 1 they're making this one into an add-on of the Halo Reach, which it shouldn't be. It should be its own game. It should have made it feel like it was from how it was back in the day. Yeah, okay, it would have sold good, and they're selling it for $40, so right in that in itself, it's cheaper. But then you would have had the multiplayer feel, would have been different. It would have felt different from how it did, how Halo Reach does. Now it just feels like I'm playing Halo Reach multiplayer. I don't want that if what they're selling is Halo Combat Evolved. That's not. It's make the multiplayer how it was. Make tweaks on the graphics and stuff of that nature. Maybe, just stuff of that. That's what they want. Don't think about yourself. Think about the customer. That's always what it is. You have to think about how the customer. Because obviously you're too stupid. You're not artists. You haven't created anything new so far, and what you have created so far, I'm skeptical of. But that Halo 4, it doesn't make any sense. Where'd he get the jetpack, huh? He's using cryo-freezing the whole time. Where'd he get it, huh? I don't know. Where'd he get the Magnum with the silencer? Who puts a silencer? And did you see that thing? That thing's freaking huge. And I don't want John to be all Mr. Talkative now. I don't want that. That's not him. If Link and Zelda all of a sudden, talk all the time, it wouldn't be the same. You just don't do that. You don't mess up with. It's simple. It's like you like to just take a painting and just mess it all up. But anyways, this is Aegon Games signing off.